And don't get hung up on fat. Fat's not the enemy that we've been led to believe it is. It's not the end-all be-all for causing heart disease or obesity.
It's also mostly in the form of nuts.
Which is...
this pecan pie bar is just made with dates, pecans, and almonds. That's all the ingredients in here.
And pecans are going to have some healthy fat.
Yes, and so will the almonds.
And so will the almonds, and they're both going to have fiber.
And dates are going to give you some sweetness and some fiber as well. So
and
4 grams of fiber in this one. I don't know what yours is.
What about some in gluten-free,
yeah.
soy-free? And there's some people that not even like predisposed to soy-dominant disease and illness, but there are some people that have a inflammatory reaction to products that have soy. And Tim, if you pan like the supplement side of the aisle here, a lot of supplements actually have soy or soy lecithin in them. So this might be an option that is safe for you to consume, portable, convenient, but isn't going to cause a problem if you can't have soy.
Right. And you know what, for someone who wants to eat cleaner, and that's a big, you know, you hear clean eating all the time, and there's what's the real definition of that? It depends on the person what they mean by clean. But for someone who wants to eat with minimal ingredients, something like this is real handy. I mean, literally, there's 3 ingredients: dates, pecans, and almonds.
I looked past the ingredients of this one because there are only 2. So I was looking for the paragraph of ingredients, and there isn't a paragraph.
Yeah, right.
And then because it has dates, this would be safe for somebody that maybe has an issue tolerating starch, would it not?
Right. Oh, yeah, and it's gluten-free as well.
And it's gluten-free, right. And some of the folks out there with autoimmune diseases or illnesses, you may want to have that conversation with an RD like Lisa or your medical professional about what the impact is of starch, because starch can aggravate some of those things. So this would be a possible starch-free option.
Yeah.
What else?
Well, and when we talked about when we were in the bulk aisle, we had all those dates over there. Dates are great to use in baking. They add sweetness to things, so you can use less sugar. So there's a lot of, I mean, we should really try to eat more dates.
What about fiber in them?
They're higher in fiber, absolutely.
So it's a way to sweeten
fruit,
things.
It's just like a dried, you know, most medjool dates or any kind of date is going to have a good amount of fiber in it.
So this might be a possibility. It's a little bit small for me. I'd like to see more protein.
It is small, but for somebody, again, on the go, you just need a quick snack. It's a great way to go.
And it's an affordable great way to go,
right.
Because it's under $1.50 at Hy-Vee. What other ones do we have? What's a fig bar?
Well, fig bars, remember Fig Newtons?
So it's a big cookie.
It's a big cookie. This one does happen to be gluten-free. There's gluten-free varieties, and then there's regular varieties. And they're very little amount of protein, only 1 gram in this one. Only 1 gram of fiber. So I would treat this more like a cookie, not necessarily like a protein bar.
I'm going to agree with Lisa on that one. I think this falls in the cookie category. Yes. And there are going to be bars out there that are like that where, in all honesty, Tim, watch behind you. There's some folks. You folks can come grab what you need. We'll move over. There are going to be some bars on the market where legitimately you might be better off looking at getting a Snickers bar. All kidding aside, but a Snickers bar is going to be under 300 calories. Yeah. It's going to have some nuts. Yes, it's going to have sugar and some of the other stuff, but there are some bars on the market where they're going to cost more than the Snickers bar, and they're going to have a similar macronutrient profile.
But I would still pick this over Snickers.
Yeah, I would still take the Kind bar over the Snickers. And I would take a Quest bar over a Kind bar.
There you go.
Some of the other products, the Cliff bars we covered.
There's these new prescription bars.
The RX bar, 12 grams of protein. What's in one of those?
So no gluten, no soy, no dairy, no added sugar. I would call this a clean bar.
Mine has no BS. It says so right on the label.
12 grams of protein, 4 grams of fiber, 24 total carbs, 210 calories. And here's the ingredient list. Dates, there again is dates, egg whites, almonds, cashews, apple, cinnamon, and it says natural apple flavor. And that's it. Super easy label.
And one of the things I like about this, although it's going to be an incomplete protein, is it actually is getting its protein from egg whites. Not all bars, and it's much better today than it used to be, but a lot of the bars would actually derive their protein sources from gelatin, and they would do that so the bars would remain pliable. That's something else to be aware of, is if you pick up a bar, where is the protein coming from? So I actually like this one too.
Hopefully it's from whey protein, because that, as you know, Tim and I said earlier, is way better.
But yeah, the whey is going to be way better. And there are bars out now that have that, but no joke, 15, 16 years ago, the protein bars on the market Jello or gelatin was their source of protein. It would do nothing for recovery from exercise and very little to building muscles, but they could legally put protein on the label. This looks like an interesting
this is a
one.
great
This would be a worth,
Mine's
definitely
no
worth
BS
trying.
either.
Yeah, look at that. You can't go wrong with those ones.
So it says 3 egg whites, 6 almonds, 4 cashews, 2 dates, and no BS.
And no
I like
BS.
this.
So there's not chemicals, no chemicals. If you're worried
12
about
grams
that.
of protein,
and
that's
you're still
pretty
gonna,
good.
yeah, you're still gonna get your protein.
Okay.
I think that's probably good. What do you
I
think?
think we are good, yeah. We gave people some options here today.
All right, so there's your options. Again, there's nothing wrong with having a protein bar. There's no replacement for food. We have teeth for a reason. We need a variety of foods so
Absolutely.
we get the macronutrients and the micronutrients. Pay attention to fiber when you're shopping bars. Again, I think it's safe to say one of Lisa's favorite is the Kind bar. I like that one as
definitely
well.
my favorite.
Quest bar is another one. I'm actually buying Quest bars when we leave Hyvee today. So nothing wrong with having the protein bars. Be aware of what you're buying. Read the labels. Our favorites are Kind, Quest, Cliff isn't bad, and then some of the lower ingredient bars like the RX bar and even the Lara
And
bar.
the Lara bar, yeah. And I would say, too, back to your whole eating a variety, we do want to get most of our protein and all those macronutrients from foods. But these are quick, easy things when you're on the go, when you're at the ball game, when you're running in 4 different directions, you've headed to the gym, you want to eat something after you work out. These are great choices.
And what that just made me think of is the ball game is the parent that's going to the concession stand at the baseball or softball game and getting a walking taco, which I didn't even know what that was until one of our clients shared with me last year. It's a bag of Doritos